So I basically just drove for like 5-6 hours through the desert, through like nothing, not one town, not one city, no phone service, nothing. And there's just this like little hotel that's meant for people going along this road. So my driver drops me off. I check in and he takes off. He's probably going 6 hours back to wherever he came from.
Jeez. Okay.
And so I check in. The guy working at the desk is the only guy working there. And he's like hunchback and like one eye's going this way. And he's like kind of Quasimodo. And I remember like thinking, I'm like, this is like some Hills Have Eyes shit. I was like, literally, I'm in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere with this like probably inbred back hick, like hunchback weirdo. And I remember saying that. I texted a friend because they had Wi-Fi at this hotel. I was like, this is like Hills Have Eyes. I was like, this shit's weird. I was like, whatever, you know, it is what it is. So I eat dinner. He's also the chef. He cooks the dinner. And then I go to my room.
Are you the only one here?
I'm the only one.
In this whole hotel?
Yeah.
Okay. Red flag.
Yeah. And so I like go to my room and I'm just like kind of just getting ready for bed. I'm like, whatever. I got another 6-hour drive the next day. Some driver from the other side is going to come get me and take me to the border. And yeah, like brush my teeth, everything. And I'm like changing. And then there's this knock at the door. And I'm like, what does this guy want? You know? So I go and I open the door and I answer and he like looks at me and he's like, oh, like, was dinner good? I'm like, yeah, dinner was great. And he's like, okay. And he asked something else. I don't really remember. And he's kind of like pushing the door a little bit open and I'm like kind of shooing him out and he's trying to talk to me and I'm just kind of like, I'm going to bed, like leave me alone. And then he says to me, and he's speaking English. I speak Spanish, so South America is easy for me to travel around, but from being in Mexico. But he speaks in English and he goes, well, if you'd like company with you overnight tonight, I'm available.
This is this Quasimodo looking dude?
Quasimodo looking dude. I'm like, first of all, what makes you think whatever, guys are guys. Yeah. They all think they're special.
We're not? Right.
Anyways, and so I'm like, no, I'm good, you know? And I go to like close the door and he like puts his hand on the door and like opens it again. And he's like, are you sure? Like, I'm just here. I'm at the whatever. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm good. And I like slam the door, lock it. Text a friend. I told them like what happened. I'm like, that's fucked up. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I'm like sitting there thinking in that moment, I was like, man, I'm all the way out here in the middle of nowhere. My only lifeline is Wi-Fi. I was like, could you imagine if this guy shut the Wi-Fi off or something? I have no way to contact anyone. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. Maybe he just is lonely out here and meant like, if you want to hang out or have a coffee. And like, I knew that's not what he meant, but you convince yourself of things so I can go to bed and go to sleep, right?
Yeah, a little peace of mind.
Yeah. So I go to bed and I go to sleep. I've been sleeping, I don't know, 4 hours, maybe 3 hours at this point. And all of a sudden, I hear fucking knock, 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 knock at the door. And I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Knock, 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 knock. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pretend I'm sleeping. Because if this guy's just trying to hang out and talk or make conversation, like once he knows I'm sleeping, he's going to fuck off, right? So I just like lay there. And I grab my phone and I text a friend from back home. And I was like, dude, this guy's knocking at my door again. And he's like, yell at him, like, say something. I'm like, no, I'm just going to like pretend I'm sleeping so he goes away. Because I'm like, he's just looking for someone to hang out with. This goes on for 11 minutes. Really? I've looked from the first text to like that's 11 minutes. He's sitting there knocking, 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 knocking on my door. And I'm just staying quiet. Because I'm just like, I just want this guy. It's like 1 a.m.
Okay.
I hear the key
go
in the door.
No.
Yes.
Are you shitting at this point?
Tink, 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 turn. And I fucking like slam my hand on the headboard like 3 times and yell and flick the light on. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I hit video call I was on WhatsApp to who I'm with so that like they can hear and see everything going on instantly, like all at the same time. And the guy's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like screaming through the door. And he's talking through the door. And he's like, oh, yeah. So he goes, oh, I was like, why are you at my door? And he's like, oh, I just wanted to apologize for the comment I made earlier. And I'm thinking like, apologize. You just tried coming into my room with the fucking key. Like, you were not coming in here to apologize for shit. My heart is like pounding through my, like in my throat. Adrenaline is just going. I'm like,
there's no secondary lock on the door. No, just that he has a key to.
Nothing. And I'm like looking around the room. There's no lamp. There's no side table. This is like a ghetto shitty, you know, there's literally not one thing that I could grab or use.
No weapons.
But there was like there's like these big rock outcrops there and the hotel's built around it. So part of the wall was rock. So I was just thinking, if this guy opens the door, I'm fucking smashing his fucking head into this rock wall until his brains are everywhere. That was just like the only thing I could think of, right? There's nothing that I could grab of anything. And like, it wasn't so much like fear, because like, I mean, I'd fuck this guy up. And I know that, you know, especially in a fight or flight type thing. But just still being in the situation and the adrenaline and like everything, you know, like I'm shaking. I can't even like hold my hand still. My heart's in my ears, just everything. And so there was this one little like particle board bench thing. That's all there was. But if I had used it to hit him, it would just smash into a million pieces. But I took that and I jammed it up under the door handle so that if he did try to come in, it would like prevent the door from opening. That's all I could do. So I jammed that up. I'm on FaceTime with my friend back home in Canada. And I'm just like, I'm wide awake. I hear this guy outside shuffling around still. He's not leaving. So now I'm on like high alert. Like, this guy still wants to come in.
There's
He's
no
waiting
people
for me to go.
or
there's no
way
nothing.
you could. So
No.
you're not. Is there a window that you can creep out
There's
of?
a big window. So I'm in bed. The door's on my right, and there's a big window to outside on the left. But that's it. And then the bathroom, and I had the bathroom door closed. And then I start thinking the bathroom shower had one of those little shower windows that was open, and I'm starting to like think like, oh fuck, like what if he tries to come in through that or whatever. And I'm just like, all these scenarios are going through my head. So right away, the best thing I did was FaceTime someone, so at least someone knows the situation I'm in. Then I hear him shuffling, you know, around outside and whatever. So I contact the company that had dropped me off. They have like a 24-hour line or whatever. And I'm like telling them what's going on. And they're like, oh shit, okay, we're going to send someone out to come check on you. So I'm like, okay, like.
But they're 6 hours away.
I know. But at least I know someone's coming. They never sent anyone. No one came, by the way. I hear him shuffling around outside the door for like an hour. And I'm like, he's like waiting for me to fall asleep or something. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what do I can't go anywhere. And then I'm really thinking, what if he shuts the Wi-Fi off? Because like he can hear that I'm FaceTiming someone. So he knows that I'm on the phone with someone. Then it finally stops. And like my heart rate's just starting to go down. I'm just kind of starting to, and then I hear him outside the window. He's like gone around to the outside. Now he's outside the window. And I'm just like, this went on like all night.
So you didn't go back to sleep?
No, I didn't sleep once that night. And he was just shuffling around my room all fucking night until my driver that I had booked to get me came and got me.
What time in the morning did they show up?
7 a.m.
Okay, well this wasn't like noon.
But still, that like those
it was a
hours
long
were,
8 hours or
like,
so.
You know, yeah. So that was